welcome to Samurai Movie Jam, a companion podcast for the worst movie podcast ever recorded. Bad movies rule. Except now we're focusing on current movies with your hosts, Dave and Brian. Let's go!
Well, thanks, James. I really appreciate that intro. We really like being here. It's our second episode. This is a big deal. We got to number 2. That's twice the amount of episodes. But
we doubled them.
Yeah, we doubled them
quick.
Up pretty quick. But yeah, James, I think we've got it. I think you can just let us take it from here.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, well, let's see ya.
Okay, bye.
Welcome to Samurai Movie Jam, episode 2. Mission Impossible, Requiem for a Final Reckoning time. Dead Reckoning?
The Final Reckoning.
That's what it is? Final Reckoning?
The Final Reckoning.
Final Reckoning. I don't know. Is it? Is it going to be the
Final Reckoning?
Reckoning? There's no question mark. So we got to assume that they're telling the truth. Like the intro said, Dave and Brian here. We're going to be reviewing Mission Impossible this week. Again, thanks to BMR for letting us do this here. We really appreciate being a part of this group and this whole world and that kind of thing. So if you want to get a hold of us, we have a email address that is samuraimoviejam@gmail.com. We also we have another spoiler episode that will be going up on the Bad Movies Rule Patreon. So feel free to head over there and join that if you'd like, if you haven't already.
Yeah, there's lots of great content over on Patreon.
Yep.
There's Trash or Peace Theater where they go like 3 or 3.5 or lower rated on IMDb.
Yep, even worser.
Movies rule. There's the Cartoon Clubhouse where Kurt hangs out with people and talks about cartoons, cartoon movies, series. The Horror Reel, which Ryan Matala goes through.
Yeah.
Horror movies. Lots of stuff to check out there.
Lots of very cool stuff to check out there. Not to mention Good Movies Rule. That's on there as well.
That's true. And uncut versions
the
of
uncut versions of that. So tons of content over there on the Patreon and the main feed here. So
definitely worth signing up. Plus, then
absolutely.
You'll get our spoiler version of Samurai Movie Jam.
Right.
Extra Jam.
Extra Jam. I do have a story for you, Brian.
Yeah, let's hear it.
That I wanted to tell you about that happened this week to me. I was sleeping, as I do every night, and I was woken up by my wife punching me.
No.
Yeah.
Just last episode, I joked about how he ate Ashley's hair.
Yeah.
Look at her up.
No, she was sleeping, and we were both sleeping, and laying there, all of a sudden, I just feel like a pretty, didn't hurt me, but in the arm, like a good one.
Yeah.
And the best part of this was that I immediately woke up and was like, what's going on? And Shannon's answer to this was, I punched a turkey. Apparently she was having a dream that there was some turkey attacking her, and it had bitten on her one hand and she couldn't get it off. So with her other hand, she punched the turkey, and at the same time, in the real world, she punched me in the arm, which was super hilarious. I laughed a lot, and then I was awake because I punched a turkey, and then I cracked up, and then took me a little while to get back to sleep. You didn't get punched or anything over the week?
No,
anything?
Actually hasn't punched me or anything.
Yeah, you got a big bed though.
Yeah, we have a big king size bed.
Yeah, we're only queen size.
Why?
So, well, because I think our room is too small for a king.
You know what's funny? When I bought my king, my dad was like, "Well, if I had my choice, I'd go down to a twin." I was like, "Oh, Dad, I don't want to hear that."
That's great.
Something I was thinking about this week is I think it was Ghost Rider that James was talking about musical numbers in movies, especially like at the end when like the movie ends and there's a big musical number.
Right.
You know, I think of like Anchorman when they did Aquarius, but he brought up Buckaroo Banzai specifically, and I was right in the middle of watching that. It was my treadmill movie, so I take it in, I digest it like 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time. Yeah. So it takes like a whole week to get through this movie. That movie is hard to digest that way because you don't know what the heck is going on.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. So you should check it out. It's worth watching.
Yeah.
John Lithgow is in it, and he is crazy. He is overacting like a fool. But the grossest part of the whole movie, You know this about me, but John Lithgow at one point takes his shoe off and the end of his sock is missing, his dirty ape feet, and he starts using his toes like a hand. Yeah. And nothing grosses me out more than when than when a hand or when a foot is made to resemble a hand.
Right.
Disgusting. Red toenail polish, rings. Oh, and Tom Cruise in this movie, we'll get to it, but when he's on the treadmill, he has those toe socks on.
Yeah, those toe, is it socks?
Well, they're not socks, I'm sure. It looks like he dipped his foot in rubber, but yeah, disgusting. You see the little phalanges moving around on their own, like they're going to grab a cup of coffee and take a sip. It's disgusting.
My hands don't work anymore. I'm just going to use my feet.
Yeah, but it made me think about the musical numbers, right? Yeah. And when I was younger, that was like my favorite part of so many movies. Mm-hmm. Do you have musical numbers in movies? Like, for instance, Johnny Be Good from Back to the Future. I would rewind that and rewatch it over and over and over.
Guess you guys aren't ready for that yet. But your kids are going to love it.
The Parade in Ferris Bueller.
Oh, good one. Yeah, that's a real good one.
Sinners that I just saw, surprisingly, has at least a few really great musical numbers in it that you don't expect from that movie. But yeah, they're really good. And
I still have to check that one out.
Yeah, you sure do.
Teen Wolf 2, I bring it up all the time because I watch it a ton. But when he sings "Now That I Can Dance" and they're tossing him up on the tablecloth and throw him up to the balcony, I loved that one too. And Pee-wee was the other one I wanted to bring up.
Oh yeah,
Pee-wee when he sings Tequila in Big Adventure. But I bet you didn't know this. You probably haven't seen this.
I haven't.
Back to the Beach. You ever see that movie?
No.
What
is that?
Frankie and Annette.
Oh, God.
It's just like a beach blanket bingo kind of movie, but that I used to watch on VHS at my grandma's house. And Pee-wee shows up randomly. He's carried in on a surfboard, and he sings "The Bird Is the Word."
Well, don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the bird. Well, the bird's the word. Well, surfing bird. Oh!
That's nuts. I'm not. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what is crazier, that scene or the fact that you've seen that and not Karate Kid.
Yeah, well,
you should have told your grandma, "Can you go get Karate Kid for me?"
Yes.
So I don't have to watch. What is it?
Back to the Beach.
Yeah,
yeah.
Frankie and
also the other one I watched at her house was The Dirt Bike Kid. Mm-hmm. You remember that one? Yeah, you've seen that one.
I haven't seen it in a long time. The Magical Dirt Bike. Well, what do you think? Should we get started on this review here?
Let's get into it.
All right. All right, Brian, we're doing Mission Impossible here.
Well, we had other options that we could have went and seen,
Yep.
right? But this one came out today where we went and watched it on opening day.
Yeah.
Well, actually came out yesterday, right? Late on a Thursday.
Yeah, they usually drop Thursday nights.
We caught it on the Friday that it opened. Mm-hmm. But other movies we talked about going to see is Fight or Flight, which we do need to check out.
Yes.
I'm a little worried by the time we record another one, it's not going to be in the theaters anymore.
Right.
But it's also got ranked really well.
Yeah.
Like it's got some good ratings. Sinners is still on the list, and then Novocaine is streaming now.
Yeah.
Which I think could hop on the list at some point.
Sure. One of those weekends where we have a lull or there's not. So this summer's going to be, there's a lot of action. So
lots of stuff coming out.
You guys too out there in Samurai Movie Land, feel free to email us if there's movies coming out that you want us to go check out, or if there's streaming stuff that you think that we should check out and talk about. The show is just as much for you guys as it is for us. So feel free to reach out. That's samuraimoviejam@gmail.com. Let us know.
I'm not sure as much for you guys.
Well, right? I mean, what you want them to think it is, right?
I think we would do it anyway.
We're going to do it anyway. But
the synopsis.
Yes.
Right. This is super basic too, right? Ethan Hunt and the IMF team continue their search for the terrifying AI known as the Entity, which has infiltrated intelligence networks all over the globe, with the world's governments and a mysterious ghost from Ethan's past on their trail. Joined by new allies and armed with the means to shut the entity down for good, Hunt is in a race against time to prevent the world as we know it from changing forever.
Yeah.
That's it. They pretty much said the whole thing.
It's everyone.
It's
everyone. They probably just copy and pasted that from the last Mission Impossible.
That was a super boring version.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need you to jazz it up a bit.
Okay.
And the way you're going to do that.
10 words.
No 10 words.
Oh,
we're,
good.
we're switching it up this time. We did 10 words last
Okay.
time. We'll get to 10 words again. But this one, I want you to give, and it doesn't have to be just movie. It could be actor, you know, as in like us going to see it. Give us a In a World trailer voiceover about Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning.
All right. In a world where Tom Cruise only has one thing to do in his life, he once again finds ways to cheat death and support Scientology at the same time in a movie form. And this one comes with an introduction from the wrinkles on his face. So, once again, see the same cast of characters in very dangerous situations and enjoy Mission Impossible, The Final Requiem for Reckoning Dead again. Mission Impossible,
The Final Reckoning.
The Final Reckoning. I'm going to get it by the end of this.
You'll get it.
I'll get it.
That was pretty solid.
Yeah.
The new allies or whatever that come along too. Like I was excited for Nick Offerman to be in it,
Yep.
and for the lady from Ted Lasso, Hannah.
Yeah. I don't know her name.
It's Hannah. Starts with a W, but
Hannah
I w-
Montana.
Yeah, Hannah Montana. But I was excited for them to be in it, and they were such small characters. All right, taglines from this movie. See if you can find the one that isn't a real one.
Okay.
Okay. Every choice, every mission has all led to this. Mm-hmm. This is your calling, your destiny. Next, I need you to trust me one last time. And finally, we've done a bunch of crazy shit in the past movies, and this is probably the last one. That's a tough one.
I don't know.
It's a tough one.
I'm going to guess. I think it's the I need you to trust me one last time.
I made that up. Ready? These are from other Tom Cruise movies, so you got to guess the movie.
Okay.
Other Tom Cruise
I
movies.
can do it.
When he pours, he rains.
Oh, Cocktail.
Oh, I was worried you'd guess Rain Man.
Yeah. Oh, I could be that too, but I don't.
It's spelled wrong.
Okay.
Someday, that's a dangerous word. It's really just a code for never. Good luck. No way.
October Sky.
That's incredible that's not even a movie. It's Vanilla Sky.
Okay,
but it's
October
not.
Moon. What is October?
I don't know.
Something October.
That's a month.
Oh.
Yeah, that's in the year. That's when Halloween is.
Yeah.
The movie is Night and Day.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Yeah.
I think totally underappreciated.
Yes,
If you
it is
like
underrated.
action movies,
Yep.
you go watch Night and Day.
You go watch Night and Day.
Because they go, okay, you want action? Sure. We'll have action on a plane. And then we'll have it on a train.
Yep.
And then we'll have it on a boat. and
then we'll have it on a motorcycle.
Yeah, and then on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And then anywhere that we could travel, on any vehicle, action scene.
Yeah, I think that Cameron Diaz gets roofied about 42 times in that movie. But it is great. The action in it is awesome.
It is awesome movie.
Yeah.
Last one. The law has limits. He does not.
Jack Reacher.
Yeah, it's Jack Reacher, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love those movies. Jack, he is absolutely the wrong guy for the Jack
Yeah,
Reacher
it
part,
shouldn't have been a
but,
Jack
yeah.
Reacher movie.
Right.
It should have been.
But I heard
Drifter
that-
Tom.
Yeah, this Drifter Cruise. I heard that he read the books, loved the books, and insisted that he would be Jack Reacher in those movies, even though he must have known that.
Well, if he read the books, then he knows.
Yeah.
The book is very clear that the dude is super tall, built.
Yes.
I picture like the dude from Big Lebowski, but buff.
A brick shithouse of a man that's just wrecking shop everywhere he goes. And he
Right.
does that good.
Right.
It's just the guy that played him on the Amazon series is way closer to what I had in my head because I read all his books too. So that was way closer to the Jack Reacher in my brain.
Yeah. Shout out to PJ Potter who told me to
Yep.
read those books.
Yep. Shout out to PJ Potter.
All right. Rotten Tomatoes. And 80%.
This movie has
Critic score.
80%.
And 93% audience score, but that audience score is fresh as daisies. It just came out today, so
Okay.
that's going to be super high. IMDb 7.6 with 19,000 reviews. So
That's really high for it being out for a day. But
Yeah.
I guess that reviewers get
Yeah.
access to it. ahead of time.
that number has been out for like a week,
Yeah.
or maybe even more, but since I started looking. So now that you know those scores, right?
Mm-hmm.
IMDb is what we're going to go off of. It had a 7.6. You got to tell me the movies that I list off, is it better or worse?
Okay.
All right. First one, Batman Begins.
This movie was worse.
It was worse.
Yeah.
Batman Begins is better. Batman Begins had an 8.2. Now, your task will be to give us your personal preference. And please remember, everybody, this is a personal preference. It is not fact.
Yeah.
So mine is going to
Just
be
one chubby guy's opinions on the Batman.
yeah. And here's the other guys. I'm going to give mine first.
Okay.
Ready?
Go for it.
I'm going to go Affleck number 1, then Keaton, then Bale, Pattinson, Arnett, Kilmer, Clooney, West.
Wow. Okay. So you think Affleck is the best one?
I loved Affleck, especially the end of Batman versus Superman when he's in that fight. That's like one of the coolest Batman fights
Yeah.
out of all the Batmans.
Right. For sure. I agree with you. Affleck is my number 1.
I did know that.
For sure. I'm actually going to put Pattinson at number 2.
Yeah.
And that's going to be controversial. But I think as like early Batman, just like a Bruce Wayne that just lost his parents, is doing this Batman thing and just kind of hates being Bruce Wayne, and that whole arc of Batman, I thought he did an awesome job, and I like that version of Batman.
And the face makeup.
Well, yeah.
The only
but they all
Batman
have that.
The only Batman you could see it, the makeup when he took off the mask.
Exactly.
He deserves another shot in my book because I watched that movie when I was sick.
Yeah.
And I was laying on the couch, deliriously tired. I'm, sick. And then it was bright as heck. Could hardly see that movie because with the way the screen is set up, it's just hard to see during the day, any movie. But that movie's shot super dark.
Right.
So, he deserves another shot. I got to watch it when I'm healthy and probably at night so I can see a little better.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters, and the part where he's in that fight and it's only lit by gunfire was one of the coolest
down the
things
hallway.
Yeah. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a movie. Yeah, Pattinson's going to be number 2. Keaton is going to be number 3 because I love the crazy part of him as Bruce Wayne and of Batman. It's kind of perfect.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts. And then Bale, Kilmer, Clooney, they're kind of the same.
I know,
in
that
my
was
head.
tough for me.
If I had to pick one, it would be Kilmer, I guess, just because Clooney even said he hated doing that.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll put Kilmer in there. Rest in peace. And I will put Arnett next and then West. And we are missing a big one here.
Oh, no, what is it?
He's the guy that did the voice of Batman for the animated series and did it for like 100 animated movies. What's his name? Oh my gosh, he just passed away. Kevin Conroy was amazing as Batman for the animated series, for a bunch of animated movies that DC did. Pretty iconic. They used him for everything that they could, the video games, anything that had Batman where you just needed a voice. You tried to get Kevin Conroy for it because he was so amazing.
That's awesome.
Rest in peace to that dude too. But if we're going to put voices in here and make that part of the thing, I might even put that before Bale. It might go Affleck, Pattinson, Conroy, Keaton, Bale. And just to get this out of the way, I didn't hate Bale as Batman.
Yeah, a lot of people did. Which was surprising to me because I didn't hate him as
think
Batman.
that if he would have relaxed on his voice gymnastics as Batman, I think people would have took it a lot more seriously. But it just got worse. Like, hey, swear to me. In the beginning, when he's holding the dude over the edge and says, swear to me, that's badass.
Yep.
I swear to God. Swear to me.
But by the end, it's just, you can't even say, yeah. But yeah, that's my list. And West, I feel like, is in a whole different universe because that was the 70s and they were all
Yeah, man.
a lot of drugs and weird. So,
Sorry, man.
yeah. No, it was good.
Next
That was
movie.
fun. Next movie.
Better or worse?
Okay.
The Suicide Squad. And I'm not talking Will Smith I'm talking to the one after that.
This was better.
This is better than that Suicide Squad. I love that Suicide Squad.
It's really good.
And I also wanted to add that to the list because there's a couple people that made comments on our Thunderbolts video that they think that Thunderbolts is better than that movie. And I would have to disagree. I think the newest version of Suicide Squad is an awesome action movie. It's fun. There's comedy. The action stuff is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. And the characters are so great. The Polka Dot Man, John Cena, Sylvester Stallone is the Shark.
James Gunn does good work as far as superheroes go. So I think that you can attribute that to him. He did Guardians of the Galaxy. He's really good at making a group of weirdos be fun to watch.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what he does with Superman. That's for sure. The new trailer came out and I was like, oh, they're doing it. They're really doing it.
And you know all the characters, which is so cool. I don't know all the characters, like Guy Gardner and the ones you're naming off. I was like, I don't even know all those guys. This is exciting.
Yeah.
And I like the comics. Out of all comic books, I collected Superman comics, like around the death of Superman time.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the ones that I had.
That's when lots of people jumped in.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I read the book, the novelization. I don't know if that came first or after the comics or whatever.
I'm not sure.
The Roger Stern novel. It was like the thickest novel I had read when I was that age.
Did it have all the other Supermen coming back in it and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it had that whole story. It was super
Gotcha.
cool.
Neat.
Which I think that got me into it. Then I wanted to get the comic books.
It was the only comic book that ever made me cry or tear up. I don't cry, but like I got a little choked up when it got to the end and Lois Lane is holding him and crying and everybody's talking about the man died today. I was like,
it's such a cool artwork too.
It's really good.
I could picture right now him laying there and there's a flag in the back.
Yep.
Next movie, Better or Worse, and this is for Simon Pegg, who's also in The Final Reckoning. Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, this is worse.
This is worse. Yep. Shaun of the Dead is 7.9. I love, they call them the three flavors cornetto, which I think is that ice cream treat, isn't it?
It's like a drumstick, I guess would be the thing that is closest.
They eat them in
stuff
like
we have here.
all the movies. And
out of ice cream trucks.
Out of the three, I'd say World's End is my least favorite.
For sure.
Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, they're ranked super high for me in terms of my favorite movies.
Yep.
I saw a thing with Simon Pegg, though. It was doing some publicity for Mission Impossible. And it was the people that go like, all right, this movie or that movie? And he has to rank which ones he liked better.
Yeah.
And he passed up so many movies sticking with World's End. But I think he said because they had figured it out and were having such a fun time doing it.
Oh.
So I think it was more of a personal experience of why he's stuck there.
Okay.
Which is super interesting because it's definitely my least favorite out of the three.
For sure.
All right.
Okay.
The first, Nobody.
There's some all-timers, Brian. This is better than
It is
Nobody.
better.
Yeah.
Yep. Nobody is 7.4. And I brought that one up because we got to talk about the new one coming out.
Yeah, that trailer just dropped for Nobody 2, and I am pumped as hell.
So pumped.
Yeah.
I love the first Nobody.
Yeah,
David
absolutely.
Leitch getting his hands in there. Action is amazing.
Yep.
Bob Odenkirk is so good.
Yep.
God, it just like speaks to my heart in the beginning of that movie where he's just
monotony of
every day's the same. Crap, I got to take out the garbage. Every day's the same. Crap, I got to take out the garbage.
Yeah.
Man, when you got kids stuck in a routine, hitting 40s, you're
Yeah.
like, oh man, I want to go beat someone's ass in a bus.
Yeah, Shannon and I went to see it for my birthday, I think, that year, and I was blown away. I was like, this is way better than it has any excuse to be, because I thought it was just going to be another old guy used to be an assassin, blah, 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 Bob Odenkirk. But what he did and just how funny it was and good, and it was fantastic.
I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
And Christopher Lloyd in it.
Yeah.
All right. This will be tough. Popeye the Slayer Man.
If this isn't better, I'm calling the Academy. This has to be better, right?
Yeah, it's way better.
Okay.
It's got a 3.5, but I only bring it up because I didn't know this crap that you told me the other day of how all these Disney entities are becoming
Public domain, yeah.
public domain.
Right.
And it makes sense. You're seeing all these things. You said the Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Steamboat Willie,
yeah.
all that stuff is now able to have your childhood ruined.
Yeah.
If you grew up with that
Yeah.
stuff. But
Cocaine Tigger's coming out. Is that a thing?
I hope he doesn't need it. I don't think that Tigger needs
He's already
any.
bouncy,
Yeah,
fun.
I was assumed that he was on cocaine all the time anyway. Like Winnie the Pooh was at the honey tree and he was just like, hey, I found this plant over here. It's pretty awesome. If you crush it up and snort it, yeah. My tail turns into a spring.
All right, last one on this list.
Yes, sir.
Okay, better or worse? The Greatest Showman.
Don't do this to me. Okay, so I guess we'll get this out of the way.
Yeah, you got to tell the story. That's why I brought up the movie.
If there was ever a guilty pleasure in my world, The Greatest Showman is it. I saw it in the theater, I think 3 or 4 times. I called you and said, Brian, you got to see this movie. It's amazing. And I had just went through like some surgery and I was kind of home and down in the dumps, and then went to The Greatest Showman, and I was actually on a date at the time. And I remember just sitting there going, this is so awesome. I wish I was watching it with anyone else. And that's why I called my mom and my sister and you and was like, let's go to the theater and watch this again. It's really great. It's not as great to a lot of people, but I love it with my whole heart.
My wife was the same way.
Yeah.
I went to the theater and watched it with you, and I think you built it up too much because I was like, this is all right.
It was fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, I just stared at you afterwards like, did you love it?
Yeah.
Did you see what happened?
Not as much. You didn't need to grip my wrist and run me the whole way here.
Come look, Brian, come look. Hugh Jackman says he's a circus man.
Slow down, buddy. Slow down. We're almost there.
Yeah, this is definitely better than that, I would say.
Is it better? It is. Yeah, by this 7.5 to 7.6. So it's close.
Okay, well, that's true because The Greatest Showman might be the greatest movie ever. it's an
You heard it here.
You heard it here first.
The Greatest Showman is the greatest movie ever. Yeah. All right, we're getting into some of the people working on here. We're talking McHugh, Christopher McQuarrie.
Yeah, and he's done a bunch of these, right?
Yeah, he wrote and directed Rogue Nation, Fallout, and Dead Reckoning Part 1. Okay, some other Tom Cruise stuff that he's done. And some of this is just writing, some is directing and writing, but he did Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. He
did Valkyrie. Why don't you come on over, Valkyrie?
I don't know that song.
No, you don't know that one?
No.
That's the theme song to Valkyrie. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
What's Valkyrie?
Valkyrie is a movie with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but that's not the theme song.
Yeah, for sure.
It isn't.
And why don't you come on over?
It's a World War II movie.
Yeah, Tom Cruise sings that in the movie.
Oh gosh, I hope you're talking.
Yeah, have you seen Valkyrie?
No.
Well, now you got to watch this to see Tom Cruise sing that.
No, because I'm just going to call you and scream at you. He's not singing. What is this? He's wearing an iPad.
That's Valerie by Mark Ronson.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't understand that reference.
That's
in the
okay.
words of Captain America.
The Mummy, he also worked on, and you saw The Mummy. I haven't seen all of it. I watched clips, and I think you were watching
Dark Universe Mummy?
with Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Here's my opinion on that movie. That is nowhere near as bad as everybody gave it so much crap for.
I remember you liked it, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was way better than... Because I didn't watch it forever because everybody took a big old steamy dump on it. And then when I finally didn't have anything else to watch, I watched it and was like, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah. I don't know if it needed to be a universe, but it was definitely okay. It was not the steamy pile of crap I thought it was going to be.
Right. And the other one with Tom Cruise, Edge of Tomorrow, which I love. That's such a good movie. I knew nothing about that movie.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons movies are so fun. I knew nothing about that movie, which is hard to happen nowadays.
Right.
And I remember I had the house to myself, threw a movie on, not knowing anything halfway through the movie when he wakes up in the same spot.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the is going on right now?
Right.
I had no clue. I was so into that movie from that point.
Yeah.
That was so cool to be surprised like that in a movie.
I wish that I could be you sometimes and
Yeah,
see
to
these
relive.
movies for the first time again. For sure.
I thought that sometimes while we were watching Mission Impossible today. I was like, this is like, I'll never get this again with this movie. I had such a big smile at some of these points in the movie today. Some other ones that McHugh did, The Usual Suspects.
Wow.
Yeah.
This dude is good.
And Way of the Gun.
Okay.
Which a lot of people probably haven't seen.
Yeah.
Way of the Gun came out when I worked at the movie theater. And I saw, it was in the movies probably 2 weeks. And I easily saw the thing 8 times.
Yeah.
I loved that movie.
It is the biggest waste of bullets put to film.
Yeah.
But it also has one of the greatest lines
that
has ever been recited on film too, which will get some beeps, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Is it hey beep face? Just shut that whore's mouth before I come over there and beep start her head.
Yeah. Pretty sure he says the C word, but I'm not positive.
Oh yeah. Shut that. That's a good one. I saw that a number of times too.
I bet you a lot of people haven't even seen it. But
Yep. Go see it.
Yep. Go do that one. And what's really cool about McHugh, and it's a big difference from the director from Thunderbolts, is he had nothing to do with the 2006 TV series, The Puppet Rapist.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Just so you know.
Now, okay, this is obviously going to be a through line here. So I need to know, is this a person who rapes puppets? Or is this a puppet that does rape?
I'm not sure. And I don't want to know. I just want to speculate in my head for the rest of the time.
I might need to know.
Someone's going to look it up and let us know.
Yeah, they'll do it.
Writers on this is McHugh's also as a writer, and then Bruce Geller, but he's dead.
Oh, is that Ross's brother?
Yep, that is Ross's brother. No, but he started writing in the 50s, was known for shows like Flash Gordon, and he created the Mission Impossible TV show. So that's why he is a credited writer for this.
Yeah.
Another one, Eric Jendrison. He wrote on Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
I've never seen Band of Brothers. People talk about that thing like it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure it is amazing. I have not seen it.
You haven't seen it either?
No.
Starring Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah, he's in this.
He is,
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
It's so like if you didn't catch on the first episode, like I like to like find really obscure things that they were in to be like, well, you probably know them from this.
Yeah, what do you do with Tom Cruise?
Right, exactly. Everyone knows. Like if I'm like, oh, you might know him from Top Gun. Yeah, like duh. Right. So, and this comes from if I ever met Tom Cruise in real life or any celebrity, I want to be able to pull the most random, obscure character. Like that's how I recognize him.
You saw that?
Yeah. That, and if I was with my wife, I'd be like, Tom Cruise, quick, can I get a picture? And hand him the camera and pose with my wife. And I'll post it on Facebook and say, Tom Cruise took this picture.
You can say that if you want.
Yeah.
Just go
say
to
it
Los
anyway.
Angeles and stand outside of a bagel shop and be like, oh, George Clooney took this picture of us.
How badass would that be, though?
It'd be very cool.
But Tom Cruise, which you probably know as the Forest Dweller Jack in 1985's The Legend.
I do, actually. I saw that movie
Yeah?
a bunch of times. It's good.
Yeah, but could you imagine if you're just like, hey, man, you're the guy from Legend.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, what? Also, Les Grossman in Tropic Thunder, probably one of my favorite characters he's played.
100%.
Okay, besides Ethan Hunt, another favorite character that Tom Cruise has played.
I liked him in Night and Day.
Yeah.
That was I liked how nonchalant he was about all the craziness that was going on around him.
It's like the fun version of Ethan Hunt because there's moments where Ethan Hunt has like that fun, like in Ghost Protocol where he's running along the building and he runs down, he runs out of rope and Jeremy Renner's like, hey, your rope's too short. And he's like, no.
Yep.
He's like that the whole time in Night and Day.
See, here's the thing about Tom Cruise is I have trouble finding roles that he's in where he's not good. But as a person, he is very weird.
Yeah.
And the stuff that happens with him, I'm like, why do you have to be like this? I just want you to be Keanu Reeves, where you just go ride a motorcycle when you're not doing a movie.
Yeah, why do you gotta eat popcorn like that?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
see those clips?
Yeah.
He's like, I ate 3 buckets of popcorn every time I watch a movie. It's like you're gonna choke yourself, man. Yeah. You're throwing that in the back of your throat.
Yeah. But yeah, I love his movies. I can't, other than I guess like Eyes Wide Shut or something like that,
Yeah.
where it was just kind of
I didn't like Vanilla Sky either.
Yeah, I didn't.
But that's not
mind
his
it.
fault. I
Yeah.
just didn't really like it.
But he does great job with a lot of the stuff that he does. So
I think he catches a lot of flack. Maybe less now because of the later Mission Impossible movies. But I remember a while back, it was not cool to like Tom Cruise.
Right.
And I want to be like, well, name a bad job that he's done. I always think he puts out a solid performance.
Yep.
Also in this, Ving Rhames, which you probably know as Miguel from the 2011 Pimp Bullies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Remember that? That's where it was like, what does Miguel from the 2011 Pimp Bullies look like? Remember that? That was the quote from it.
Does he look like a? Yeah.
No, but obviously he was in Pulp Fiction too. Con Air
Yep.
was a good one that he was in.
He's badass. He's getting up there, but he's cool. He's got a lot of good stuff.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Peggy Carter herself, Haley Atwell, and I have to confess,
She's in here?
I cannot believe you didn't know that it was Peggy Carter.
I did know that it was Peggy Carter.
Oh, I didn't. I watched I watched all of Dead Reckoning, didn't even know. I'm doing the research for this show, and I go on IMDb and Haley Atwell. I was like, what else has she been in?
Yeah.
Oh, she's Peggy Carter.
She's Captain America's girlfriend.
I went to the movie theater to watch Dead Reckoning, and I bought it when it came out. I've watched it several times at home.
Yeah.
And now doing the research, I realize what a dummy.
Yeah.
That's Peggy Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was her.
Yeah. I never claimed to be the smart one. Anything, for anything, ever.
Stop it.
Simon Pegg. He has a ton of voice work, right? We already talked about Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, which is amazing. He was also in Band of Brothers, which I didn't know. That's kind of a cool connection. Star Trek and The Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you into The Boys?
Yes, I've seen it all.
Yeah, I saw it all too. I'm worried I'm not going to care about it by the time it comes back out.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to remember. I'm not going to remember what the heck's going on. And I don't want to go back and rewatch.
Yeah. Well, the problem with The Boys is that it's kind of like Walking Dead, where this is just the same thing, kind of. Like, superheroes are bad, but they're good. Some are good, but are they bad? And then I feel like that show is more for shock value than it is for quality.
For sure. I totally agree.
And I don't know how far you push that envelope. I don't know how many wiener snakes you need to have in a show before you're just like, okay, we probably did enough now.
Or little tiny men diving into penises.
Yeah. Ugh.
Isai Morales, who was the bad guy.
Okay.
He's in Twilight Zone, Miami Vice. Him and Ving were both in the 80s TV show Equalizer, NYPD Blues, Ozark. Do you like Ozark?
I never watched it.
It's fantastic. I was a little disappointed in the ending, how it all ended.
Yeah.
But no matter what, it was still better than Dexter's ending.
Yeah, and I still haven't seen Dexter's ending.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
But to sum it up, he becomes a lumberjack.
What?
Yeah, that's it.
He just becomes a
He leaves.
Wasn't there something with
Miami.
his sister? Did she?
He puts her on a boat and takes her out in a hurricane, and then all of a sudden, next time you see him, he's a lumberjack.
So he killed her?
Yes. Gosh, it's been a while now. It's hard for me to remember, but I think he took her out to sea. And
His sister?
But I think she was dying. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't want to watch it.
I never claimed to be the smart one.
Did you watch the new Dexter show?
Yeah, I did.
How's that?
So there's two different new ones. There's First Blood, which is
I don't know. There's two.
he continues. It picks up where it left off, and his son is there, but he's older, and his son has tendencies. But then there's a new one where it's him when he was younger, and it's okay.
And he narrates it.
Me and Ashley were watching this, and she's like, I was like, this is weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like I'm watching a bootleg version of Dexter. Oh. Like someone took the idea and tried to remake it and sold the DVDs in China, and that's what I got. And it's like, oh, this is supposed to be Dexter, but it's not.
Dexter.
Yeah. Ashley was like, it's like if you, she's like, I would imagine. I haven't watched pornos, but if you watched a porno version of a movie, that's what you feel like you're watching. Because it's like, that's not the real character.
Dexter, how am I going to pay for this pizza?
So I couldn't watch it that far in because it was like, it felt fake.
No.
Yeah, it was weird. Speaking of Ozarks, Helen from the Ozarks is in this. Also Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy, who's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Rebecca from Ted Lasso, Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. And
Greatest character, one of the greatest characters in all of TV.
Yeah.
Ron Swanson.
I love Parks and Rec.
It's really
What's
great.
better, Parks and Rec or The Office?
Parks and Rec.
Really?
Parks and Rec gets better all the way to the end. Office starts off weak, gets good in the middle, and then takes a big old digger right at the end.
Once you lose Steve Carell.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you liked The Office better because I thought you thought there was too big of caricatures as characters in Parks and Rec.
No, it grew to be endearing, I guess, after a while. At first, when I was watching Parks and Rec, and I didn't keep going at one point because I was like, this is really trying to be The Office, and it's weird. But once you get into it and you start to give a crap about those characters, it's pretty great.
All right, here's what some other people thought about the movie. I've got a good, a middle.
Is Roger in here again?
Nope, no Roger.
Good.
I've got a good, a middle, and a bad. This guy, the one guy Roger who commented on it. Like,
That was awesome.
oh, Sand Roger noise.
Sad Roger.
I'm going to start with a good one. This is from Anthony. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is a thrilling and show-stopping cinematic event. Tom Cruise and McHugh give us everything in this nonstop, nerve-shredding spectacle that goes deeper and darker than ever before. Pretty awesome review. Here's my middle one. Jeremy. He said, I liked it. I didn't love it. Thanks for taking the time, Jeremy.
Jeremy, thanks
Appreciate
for
that.
stopping in. He must be really hard to go to dinner with. Like, how was your food? I ate it all, I guess.
I mean, I didn't love it, but
Yeah.
it was adequate. I got gas on the way here.
Yeah.
The bad one from Philip.
Oh, Philip.
Choose your attitude, Philip.
Yeah, jeez.
You come to these films to see Tom Cruise run, beat people up, run, defuse bombs, and then run some more. Alas, that simplicity of concept is now gone, replaced by the modern franchise urge to tie everything together, no matter how nonsensical.
Well, that's a lie, Philip.
Yeah, there was a lot of reviews that said the action wasn't there. There's no longer ripping off masks. And it happened immediately. They ripped off a mask. There was plenty of that stuff.
I'm glad that they didn't lean as much into that as they usually do, because the ripping off masks thing has gotten kind of old. To me.
All right, this is what other people think, Dave.
Yep.
Let's get into what we think about this movie.
All right, let's do that. And actually, we have made some changes since episode 1.
Yeah.
Now that we've doubled up our amount of episodes here, we've decided to actually put scores on these movies. So what we are going to do is we have 5 different categories here. It's kind of a quiz for Mission Impossible. Like, Mission Impossible, what's your story? Did you act right? Did you show your work? Did you bring the badassery? And did you keep your promise? All of those things, you and I will each be giving a score of 1 through 11, so they can get some extra credit here. And we will add up all of our scores at the end, and that will be the score for the movie. We did this for
Thunderbolts. Yep.
And it got a score of 70, which I thought was pretty appropriate.
Pretty
it wasn't, if you took 50 as the average, I think it was above average. I thought it was a pretty fair score for what it has.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all that being said, we will start off with what's your story?
Yeah.
So, the story of Mission Impossible is a lot like the story of every other Mission Impossible. To the point of, when I think about these movies, I can't keep track of them. And I know you watch them once a year, so I'm kind of going to lean on your expertise as far as this goes. But like, I was thinking about scenes in my head, and I'm not sure which movie it's in, but it's like, it's the same general idea.
Yep.
Very well done, but like, there's something really hard to do, and then they get Ethan Hunt to do it because he's the guy that does things.
It seems impossible.
Yeah, it would seem almost impossible. But yeah, this story is basically the, like you did in the synopsis, the AI is taking over everything. They're trying to find a way to kill it. Whatever that entails is what they're going to do. So
what I thought of too, just coming up with that concept for these last 2 movies, really, Dead Reckoning and then this one, I wonder if that some of that AI stuff is because Tom Cruise gets all that deep fake stuff happening to him.
I wonder.
Yeah.
There were parts of this that smacked of, are you trying to say something here, Tom? Yeah. Is this a Scientology thing? Are you trying to warn us about AI? Is there, because I know that he's like a huge proponent of go to the theater.
Yeah.
Lots of people are employed by this business. AI could be taking over some of those jobs. So go see the movies.
Yep.
And there were parts where I was like, what are you doing here, Tom? You trying to say something? With the Mission Impossible movie? I guess, what do you do for a villain in a franchise where there's been a bunch of them that have been great, and who's the ultimate bad guy?
You get another great villain, is my opinion.
Yeah, well,
one of the biggest downfalls of the last 2 movies is the villain, in my eyes.
Yeah.
They had some great villains in the first few.
Yep.
Not first few, the first 6, right?
Yeah.
Some great villains to be working with. And then there's the last 2. Isai was not very menacing or... He basically just had the knowledge from the AI, from the entity. And the entity wasn't, especially in this movie, in Dead Reckoning, it was a little bit more intimidating because it took over the comm system. It took over things and changed the fate of what was going on. Here, it's supposed to be menacing because it's going to affect world peace.
Sure.
It's menacing in that fact, but as a villain, it's more internal struggle kind of stuff that's happening.
Yeah, I had trouble understanding why it would care. You know?
Yeah.
Like, why would AI care as much as it does about being bad?
Yeah.
Because that's what it kind of seemed like, is this AI just wants to watch the world burn. It doesn't care. And kind of in Dead Reckoning too, I guess, where it was like the AI for some reason wants to get this guy, and it was kind of controlled by the Miguel guy and whatever. Definitely a villain problem. But as far as the story goes, it was very cool that they did tie this all together, like from the first movie to this one.
Yeah.
They did a good job of making that whole story, even part 2, seem like it all had something to do with this plot here.
Yeah. And
So-
I need a rewatch for sure. And I'm like that with all movies in general.
Yeah.
I think storylines can easily get lost on me because I'm just taking it in like a little kid.
Yeah.
Soaking up something like, ooh, this is fun.
Yeah. Well,
so
that's
then-
what they are.
Right.
Yeah.
But then when you tie in, the storyline got a little bit complicated in order to tie in those other plots where I went, whoa, what happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
Because they bring up things that happened in movies before this one. And I was like, oh boy, this is getting a little bit confusing. And again, I'm not the smart one around here. I'm sure like 5-0 Goes West confused me at the beginning. Like, hold on, what's he doing?
I don't know if mice could be cowboys. I don't know. It's a little sus.
I think it got a little bit confusing on what they had to do to fight the entity, what the entity wanted, how the entity became to be, how they had to treat it afterwards, who wanted what. It was just a little bit confusing to me.
Yeah.
So as a story, right? So just the script, just the
story
what
of the
the
movie.
actual story is.
Yeah.
I personally would rate it. This is still good. This is still a good score, but I'm going to go 7.
Okay. I am going to also give it a 7 because I thought it did a good job, like I said, of having a story that you could follow. I know that there's been these Mission Impossible movies where I've been like, what? What is he doing? But this one did a good job of doing that. But it wasn't like, wow, this is amazing. So I will also give it a 7. All right. Category 2 is, did you act right? How are the actors? Who did it? All those guys that you were talking about before, how did they do a good job?
Yeah, everybody's great in the Mission Impossible movies.
They are.
You just love Ving Rhames and you love Simon Pegg and Tom Cruise. The other people you care about a little less only because they're somewhat newer to the franchise.
Right.
But everyone does a fantastic job acting wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Even the new people.
Yeah. Ving Rhames has been in every one since the first one.
Yep.
So there's some of them that you're like, yeah, he's doing his thing. But it's always great,
Yeah.
which is the awesome thing about these movies. And I'm not sure if it's just because Tom Cruise or Mission Impossible or what it is, but there was no person in this movie that I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know, everybody did a fantastic job, was believable, was really cool, and you gave a crap.
Yeah.
So
I'd say the weirdest thing for me was Rebecca from Ted Lasso, right? She's in
Yep.
it for a little bit.
Right.
But she does an American accent.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, it bugged me. It sounded fine. She
Yeah.
did a great job with
Yeah.
the accent, but I was like, who am I watching right now?
Who is that?
Yeah.
That lady.
It's like you wanted to recognize her, but you didn't. And
Yeah.
it's like, you're pretending to be someone else.
Where's your 3 cookies?
What are you,
You're
acting?
supposed to- You're acting like an actor.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't
Where are my
like
biscuits?
it. Yeah, where's my biscuits? Okay, so if I had to score the acting in this, I
Yeah.
would give it a solid 8. I would say that it is above average, well
Yeah.
above average, especially for the subject matter. Action movies like this, acting can kind of just get pushed off to the side, but I thought that there's a lot of talking in this and there's a lot of conversations, and I thought everybody did a super good job. So my score for it would be an 8.
Yeah, I might even go higher. I
Do
don't
it,
do
man.
that very often,
That's
but I
yours.
think I'm going to go with a 9.
All right.
And I think Tom Cruise gets so much flack.
Yeah.
Or at least he used to, right? But he did such a good job. There are moments in here where he is struggling physically or supposed to be in the story of what's happening, and
Yeah.
I bought it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he acts it so well that you hold your breath with him.
Right.
You know, and it wouldn't be as intense if you didn't do it so well.
Well, because he's doing it,
Yeah,
I think
well,
is
that
part
too,
of the
yes.
thing. Is like a lot of the stunts that Tom Cruise is doing in this movie, he's doing. So
Yeah.
you're looking at him acting, and he's still managing to act while he's hanging off a ding dong airplane,
Yeah.
which is bananas.
I'll go 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you down for 9.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. Next thing here is, did you show your work? How were the effects? How was the stunts? How was the scenery? How were the costumes? How was all of that?
And music's involved in this
Music,
too.
yep.
Music is going to be a huge player for me because you just love the Mission Impossible theme song, and they do such a good job of letting that music do the work
Yep.
to make things more intense and
Right.
more exciting and just those many more levels of intensity. So the music's amazing. Costumes are fine, right? It's nothing super special going on there, but
Nice coats. Everybody had a nice coat.
was
Appropriate
nice.
things
Yes.
for what they were in.
appropriate slacks.
Yeah. Nobody was wearing anything like when he's running in his underpants. It was like, I believe he should. Except his toe shoes.
Oh, the toe shoes. There you go. Minus 1 point.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, no, I thought that the effects, a lot of this stuff seemed like it was practical. I know that they did a bunch of work in water tanks and actual airplanes and all kinds of stuff here. So the effects as far as stunts go, and yeah, the fight scenes were good. Everything was quality. It's Mission Impossible quality, which is...
Yeah, and they just get so many points because they as much as they can, it seems like, at least, right, from my eye, they tend to shy away from green screens and CGI. Like you said, it's more practical. It just makes it so much better.
Yep. This is why you go to these movies, is because you want to see the stuff happen.
Yeah.
And the stuff is so crazy that's why you go.
Yeah.
And they did a fantastic job.
And
so
in terms of the sets,
yeah,
right, because we didn't really talk about that, there's tons of different places that we go throughout this movie, and each one is so cool and exciting, and even new stuff than what we've seen from all the other movies, which you would think is impossible.
Right.
Some are similar, but some other things are brand new.
Yeah, they did a good job of building the world and making you care about it. Very good. So what is your number for showing your work?
For show your work, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go 8. And the music really helps with that for me.
They did, if I had a gripe, and I'm also going to give it an 8 here, they didn't use the theme enough.
Yeah, you did. It ended and Dave was like, did they do the theme song? And they did.
Yeah, they do, like, well, whatever. We can talk more about it in the spoiler part, but I thought they could have used it a bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, our fourth category here is, did you bring the badassery?
Yeah,
so,
and that is going to lend itself a lot to action movies, right?
Yep.
Action movies have a great way to be badass. But when we're talking about badass here, I think what we talked about is, does it exemplify the category of movie that it's in?
Right.
So if it's a comedy, how badass was the comedy? If it's an action, how badass was the action?
Yeah. Did you do a good job of making us feel in this movie, I guess, is when you, with whatever subject it is that you are in, whether it's action or comedy or period piece or whatever we're doing here. So as far as Mission Impossible goes, pretty badass.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I was so worried because reading some reviews, they said that the action is not as much as the other ones. That it's not to form, it's not the same as the other Mission Impossible movies. But I would disagree and say there are such great hold your breath intense scenes here.
Absolutely.
There were moments where my chest hurt because it was so intense.
Yeah.
Such badass moments. The other thing that's badass to me is the involvement of people. And again, in these reviews, some people said they didn't like how they tried to tie a bow on the whole thing. I loved that part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of what made Fallout so awesome, is it brought in other aspects. People that have been along for this 29-year journey get to wrap this all up together. It's such a cool thing. And they did it without, some people might think they pounded it in your face, but I don't think that's what it was. I think that they did it the right way.
Yeah.
And the little flashback moments, things you see from the past, just made this movie that much more badass because it had 29 years worth of weight behind it.
I absolutely agree. The Mission Impossible movies, and this is why they might run together in my head, is because they all do it so good. There's so much of that badass, holy cow, is he going to get... How do you still do it? How do you still... There's a sequence in this movie where I had my hands up to my face, like, oh my God. And part of that is my own phobias, and we'll go into that into the spoiler part.
Yeah.
But they can do it. Every movie they do it. They do it so well, whether it's a fight scene, whether it's one of the impossible missions that he's going through. They do such a good job of keeping you invested in this thing to where you don't even want to blink. So if I had to put a number on it, it's going to get a 9.
Yeah, 9 for me too.
Yep.
I'd almost give it a 10. If it was Fallout, I'd give it a 10.
Yeah.
If it was maybe even Mission Impossible 3, give it a 10.
Yeah.
But this one they did spend a lot of time building that story and tying things together, which is totally cool,
right?
But it wasn't as badass as some of the other ones. So going with a 9.
Okay, and the last category here is Mission Impossible, did you keep your promise? And when we say that, we mean we watched the trailer, we went and saw the movie. Did you keep your promise as far as being the movie that you tried to give to us, and the promise that was in our hearts as we sat in the theater?
Yeah.
So this is basically encompassing, is this the movie you wanted to see? Did you keep your promise, I guess? So as far as I go, yeah, man, this is Mission Impossible unbelievably has an amazing track record for keeping their promise. You think that it's going to fall off. You think it's going to be something where, like, how are they going to do this again? What other missions could Tom Cruise do? Why should I give a crap about Tom Cruise's haircut and how it's going to be in here and who's he going to kiss and all this other stuff? Is he married? Whatever. But every single movie, they do it. They make you care about Ethan Hunt, and they make you care about the mission that he's doing, and it's just fantastic. And this was no different.
So you watch the trailer, and I was pumped, right? But I'm already pumped before the trailer. They just say they're doing the movie, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But then you watch the trailer, and you're like, holy crap, I can't wait to watch that. I wonder how it ties on in what's going on. And what's cool is some of the stuff wasn't even in the trailer.
Yeah.
So you got extra surprise, where a lot of times you go and watch an action movie or a comedy or whatever, and all the great parts are to make you come, and it's in the trailer, and you go and watch it and go like, I could have just watched the trailer and that would have been fine.
Right.
Yeah.
You see it all the time. The whole movie's in the trailer. Why did I come to this movie theater?
This trailer told me what it was going to give me. It gave me that, and then more of that, instead of something different. So yeah, it did a great job.
Yep.
I'm going to go with an 8 on this one.
I am going to also go with an 8 on this. I know I keep copying you here, but I think that we have the same feelings on Mission Impossible. We're pretty big marks for this franchise.
Yeah.
I know that it's not everybody's tea a cup and whatever, but you and I, at least throughout our life together, this has been something that, like, we have always went to see in the theaters together. We've always been big fans of these movies. So I'm sure that is probably bumping the numbers for this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, this is not, our opinions aren't yours, and yours aren't ours. And
they're just opinions.
They're just opinions.
And they are ours.
And who gives a crap?
We didn't touch about this in acting.
Yeah.
Who was favorite character, least favorite character?
Favorite character is Ethan Hunt for sure all the time. Who the hell else would it be? I mean, there are other characters that you care about because they're in there, but you care about them because they're helping Ethan Hunt. And Ethan Hunt is just goddamn badass, and everything he does is just, don't do that. Don't, oh God, you're going to do that. He's so amazing.
For sure, he's the best character.
Yeah.
My least favorite would be the bad guy, Isai. He just...
I feel like they had to have somebody.
Yeah, there had to be a physical person instead of just the entity, and he didn't. Maybe he didn't have a lot to play with or whatever, but he was so vanilla the whole time that I don't know. Hey, while you're doing some math, can I do the Would You Rather, and then we'll give the final score?
Sure. Hold on. Let me. Yes, do it. I'm just going to add.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that while I do math. But can you hold on a second while I do the math?
Well, I'm also not smart, and doing math while doing anything else is hard. But I have a machine here that adds for me. It's a bunch of apples on a bunch of sticks here.
All right, you do the adding right now,
I'm
and
adding.
then we'll get into it. I'm just gonna wait till you're done.
Yeah, give me some ad music.
We're waiting. Yeah, that's the Mission Impossible. You doing math?
Yes, it absolutely is.
Dave, when we go out to eat, where it's like you have to sign the credit card slip, and it says tip blank, total blank. Dave starts with total, writes a total, and then writes the word math.
Yep. And then
for the tip,
because I don't want to try to subtract or add numbers or anything. Nope, I'm not carrying ones. You can do the math. It's your money.
All right. Before we get into the final score,
right?
I'm going to give you a Would You Rather. Okay. So this is other movies that also have a 7.6 on IMDb or an 80% on the tomato meter.
Okay.
Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was 7.7, I think, a couple weeks ago when we actually did it.
Yeah.
But it has dropped to 7.6, which puts it exactly the same as this movie, which is a great thing to compare.
This is better.
Yeah, it's way better.
Way better.
It's so much better.
I'm a Marvel fan and a Mission Impossible fan, but this is just a better movie.
Thunderbolts was good.
Yes.
But this is just better.
Right.
Deadpool 2.
Which one do I like better?
Which would you rather see? Final Reckoning or Deadpool 2?
Final Reckoning. I don't know. Now that I say it, I'm like, I lied.
I do think I'm going to go Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
I loved Final Reckoning. But if in 6 months from now, someone said, sit down and put it on one of these two movies, I'm going to put on Deadpool 2.
It's more fun.
I will say Deadpool 2 is my favorite Deadpool movie.
That's a crazy thing to say, and
it's
I
not
think
crazy.
You're wrong, but
it's not.
It is.
Yours is going to be Deadpool Wolverine.
Yes.
And it's just because
that's the right answer.
You have a big boner for Wolverine.
No, it's because it's really awesome.
It is an awesome movie.
Blade's in it. Spoiler alert.
we didn't say we wouldn't spoil
Yeah,
Deadpool
we'll
Wolverine.
spoil all kinds of other stuff on
Yeah,
here,
just
but
not the one we're
just
talking
not that we're
about.
talking about. Yeah, if you don't know that Blade's in Deadpool Wolverine, then you're not a good nerd. Anyway, you think Deadpool 2 is the best
I
Deadpool?
love Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
I think that Deadpool Wolverine is an awesome movie. I would probably put that on before Final Reckoning too.
Yeah.
But I think that Deadpool was super cool. Deadpool 2 kept that charm of Deadpool 1, but had a little more fun with it. I love Josh Brolin in it, and I just think it's an awesome story.
Maybe I need to watch it again.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then at the end when he's fake dying so many times.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. And I do love Hugh Jackman in Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's so good. And the other cameos that are in there.
Brad Pitt was in Deadpool 2, got electrocuted.
Yep. So which, just thinking about this, right?
Yeah.
We're in the X-Men universe here. Which mutant does Tom Cruise play? Should he play?
Good God. I guess at this age,
Or maybe at any point in his life.
I think that a younger Tom Cruise could probably play Wolverine, because a big thing with a lot of nerds when Wolverine first got cast is he's too tall. That dude's too big.
Really?
But Tom Cruise, well, remember in Deadpool Wolverine where he's like, oh, here's Wolverine, and he hops down
Yeah,
off
he's a
the
little
bar.
small
So it's
guy.
like, oh, there's comic accurate Wolverine. I think that, yeah, you gruff up Tom Cruise a little bit, put some stubble on him, and give him some claws. I think you do a good job.
Because Wolverine's supposed to be shorter.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yep.
know that.
Not this big, tall, super attractive,
Yeah.
world's greatest showman.
It had to be one of them that runs, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he could be Quicksilver then, too. Yeah, he is a runner. He sure likes running.
All right. Would you rather Final Reckoning or Minority Report?
Final Reckoning.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
try to throw another Tom Cruise one in there.
Yeah, I didn't mind. I didn't mind Minority Report. I thought it was a good movie, but it was in that time of cinema where everything was dark and weird and
Yeah.
blue, and it was kind of this is good, but it's not Mission Impossible good.
Right.
So,
I would watch Minority Report again, but it's not like I'm aching to go throw it back on.
all right.
Final Reckoning or Naked Gun?
Final Reckoning.
You can't compare the two.
No.
It's even stupid to have this on the list. I don't know who made this list.
I want to talk to that Roger.
It
Is
hasn't
Roger.
Yeah, it was probably.
It's God dang Roger.
But it has the same score, and I wanted to bring it up only because thoughts on the Naked Gun, the new one with Liam Neeson, that trailer.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some funny stuff in there.
Naked Gun, the original trilogy with Leslie Nielsen, they're some of my favorite all-time movies. It's
Yeah.
like, that is my comedy, Zucker Brothers. I love those movies.
Right.
So when I saw they're going to remake it, I was just pissed off.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't remake these movies. I don't want you to. And then what is promising for me is the fact that they are building off of what it was,
Right.
and not redoing it,
Yeah.
right? So these are the kids grown up of the original characters.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I appreciate that. So you're not saying this is the new Frank Drebin, right?
Right.
Taking over for Leslie. But what makes me nervous a little bit, and James is the one that really pointed this out to us, I think, is that they mug right to the camera,
Yeah.
and that takes away from the humor of the original ones.
Yeah.
But you have to consider it's a different director, it's a different movie, it's the director of Pop Star. So it's going to be different. So I'm going to go into it going, okay, this isn't going to be a Zucker Brothers movie. It's going to be something different. Just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I didn't understand Liam Neeson at first. Now that I saw the trailer, it makes a little more sense. I did laugh at the OJ part. That's funny to me. I don't care.
It's
That's
very funny.
But we haven't seen enough yet. I'm gonna hedge my bets until I know more. But
Let's put Leslie Nielsen in a Mission Impossible movie. Could you imagine some of the stunts?
Yeah, I would take away some of the gravity.
Yeah, I think
of
so.
him hanging off an airplane and just his cheeks flapping in the wind. Yeah, absolutely.
That would be so funny. All right, next movie. Would you rather? Would you rather watch Final Reckoning or Free Guy?
Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
I didn't like Free Guy that much.
You know what was wrong with Free Guy?
No,
I think
tell me,
No,
because
I think we talked about this.
We did, yeah.
It's that Ryan Reynolds was in it.
Right.
I love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
But it was wrong for the role because you should have Colin Firth this thing
Yeah.
by taking someone who's not an action star and surprising everybody by turning him into an action star.
Well, this is another trailer that lied to you.
Yeah.
Because they make it look like it's going to be this big action movie, and it's not. It's way more heartfelt and like has some actual feelings and all that stuff involved. Then don't do that in a trailer. I'll still go see it because it's Ryan Reynolds and all that stuff, but don't make it look like it's going to be this cool action movie and have it be what it was.
They should have got, and I don't even like Ed Helms, but that's who should have played the role. Someone like that,
Right.
who looks like an NPC and then turns into a badass.
Right. Yeah.
This one's going to be a hard one. The Final Reckoning or Die Hard with a Vengeance. That's a hard. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
But it has that same nostalgic, because Mission Impossible came out,
Yeah.
you know, such a long time ago, and that's when you watch these Die Hard movies. It's tough. But Tom, as great as you were, I'm taking Bruce.
Yeah. Die Hard with a Vengeance is one of my favorite movies, and it's definitely number 2 in the Die Hard franchise.
And what a better villain too.
Yeah, super great. That movie was another one of those where, like this one, where you're sitting there going, "Oh God, what's gonna happen? What are
Yeah.
they gonna do? Oh man!" It's great. That's why you go to the movies.
Last one I got for you.
Yeah.
Rated exactly the same. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning or Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Isn't that crazy they're rated the same?
Yeah, I think Dead Reckoning.
I'm going to take Dead Reckoning because the stunts and stuff in this one, Final Reckoning, were fantastic. I
Right.
kind of like some of the other ones
Yeah.
better. It didn't have almost, but it didn't really have that taking a motorcycle off a cliff moment.
Right.
That just, it's so intense,
Just
right?
nuts, right?
Yeah. Okay, so if you had to rank all the Mission Impossible movies.
Oh God,
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard, especially for me, because I can't tell you what happened in all these.
Okay, I'll give you
Everything
mine.
from Mission Impossible 3 to the one we just watched is one big movie to me, and I don't know what I'm going to tell you.
No, you got it. I'll give you mine, and you just tell me if anything's blaringly incorrect. Okay?
I need to know which one Henry Cavill is.
You
on
got it.
first.
Fallout's number
Okay,
one.
perfect. Yeah.
Yep. Reloading the biceps.
Yes.
Fallout is ranked number 1 for me.
Okay, perfect.
Next is Mission Impossible 3. You want to talk about an amazing villain? Philip Seymour Hoffman in Mission Impossible 3 is like one of my favorite villains of all time.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, when he's held off, he's like, "What's your name?"
Do you have a wife, girlfriend? Because you know what I'm going to do next? I'm going to find her. Whoever she is, I'm going to find her and I'm going to hurt her.
You just added
Can't
things
be
to my
bothered.
checklist.
Yeah, exactly.
I have things to do already.
It's so great.
Oh,
so,
and
so
the line where because he's down there and like, Ethan, don't do it, don't drop him from the plane, Ethan, don't do it. He comes back up and the way he says Ethan at the end there is if it was an answer instead of just his name.
What I'm selling and who I'm selling to is the last thing you should be concerned about. Ethan.
Yeah.
It's like I know everything I need to know just by knowing your first name.
Right.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's so good.
Yep, so good.
Raindrops. That's a long Kid Pollock. Third for me is Rogue Nation and then Ghost Protocol. Those two are really close to each other. I'm sure you get those two confused the most.
Yep.
You get into Rogue Nation, that's when you get Solomon Lane as your villain.
Okay.
The guy who looks like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a great villain too.
Yeah.
Oh man, when you
Right.
first meet him and he's in that recording booth and you get in the mission, you find out it actually is a syndicate.
Right.
Turn around and he shoots the girl that's working there.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yep.
And you just want him to capture him so bad. That's what Esai did not have. Then I get into Dead Reckoning. Put Final Reckoning right after that. MI1 is pretty low at the bottom of the list, but that's only because
They were figuring it out.
they were figuring it out. And the stunts and all that stuff were... I mean,
They look worse.
yeah.
Yeah, especially if you watch it now. Like on
It just
DVD
seems a
or
little
something.
dated.
Yeah.
Sure. The last one for me is Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
Which is probably the last for a lot of people. And as a movie, it's a cool movie. As a
Yeah.
Mission Impossible movie, it's a low on my list.
It would get a really high score for Did You Show Your Work? Because it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's John Woo, the doves,
There's
and
doves.
the action in it is really great. Tom Cruise hanging off a cliff and all that stuff. But as far as the story goes, they do a lot of face rips in that movie. So
Yeah.
and that might be why I'm kind of like, you get 3.
Yeah, do
You-
a few good ones.
You could do it when I want it, but don't do the whole movie because
Yeah.
that movie is just kind of like, no. It's like we went to Spirit Halloween store and
Yeah.
here's all the masks.
Scooby-Doo after Scooby-Doo ending just pasted on each other.
Yeah, you have definitely seen these movies more than I have, and I will defer to your list because I believe you.
Great.
Because like I said, a lot of these run together in my head, but I love them all.
Well, that's the ranking then. Let's get into a final score for
The final
The
score,
final score
for
for
Mission
Final Reckoning.
Impossible, The Final Reckoning, is in 81.
11 more
So,
than
11 more than Thunderbolts. Yep. And that tracks. I think that it was that much better than Thunderbolts.
for sure.
Had a super fun time watching this movie. Mission Impossible did its thing.
Yeah, and I'm with Tom Cruise, especially if you like Mission Impossible. But either way, go check it out in the,
Right.
in the cinema.
Yep, absolutely. This is not a streamer. This is something that you need to, if you have any interest in Mission Impossible whatsoever, go do it. Go see it on the screen, because that screen is still the best way to watch a movie, and I don't care what you have at your house. It's still amazing. I don't care that you can pause it. I don't care that you can eat your own food. Go to the theater, because it's important that you do that, and it's the best way to see a movie.
It is.
So I know there's annoying parts of it. There's people that are like loud and whatever. There's those little things, but support the theaters. Go there. Go watch it. That's the way to do it. So
In terms of best scene to draw, just so I could plug my Brian Draws movies.
let's Brian Draws movie this thing.
If you didn't know, go check out briandrawsmovies.com. I draw movie scenes and actors and things like that. You can get those as prints and mugs. The scene that I would probably pick from this would be when he's on the plane, and I'm not spoiling anything because it's on the poster. It's in the trailer.
Yep.
There's moments when he's riding that plane, and I think that would be the coolest thing to draw because of the scenery in the background, this cool plane, an amazing stunt, probably one of the most iconic. Would you have anything else? And again, talking, it could be funniest moment, obscure, random, grossest, badass, best quote, and you can't say when he's wearing his toe socks.
No, I wasn't going to. I was just going to say there are times when he's sitting there making the final plane, I guess is what we'll call it. The way that he's looking at everybody and looking at the camera, and the coat he has on, as weird as that is, but it's just the way that he's looking at the camera. There's some cool shots of Ethan Hunt that are very Ethan Hunty, I guess.
That makes sense. And for anybody listening, I still have a coupon code, and that is Samurai. So if you use the coupon code Samurai, you get 25% off on my website. Go check out my stuff. I appreciate it.
Yeah, go check it out.
All right, I've got a random question for you.
Okay.
This one's going to be maybe a little bit difficult to do, but here's the scenario. You're opening up a Mission Impossible themed restaurant.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to make the menu, and I want you to base them off the movie, but really on the characters.
I'm not doing that for this
okay.
restaurant. Here's what I'm going to do for the Mission Impossible restaurant is it's going to be filled with boxes and stuff hanging from the ceiling and different compartments, and you order your Ethan Hunt burger, and then they say, go find it, and then you have an impossible mission of finding your food inside of this restaurant. So everybody would just be like, are these my fries? I don't know. But you might eat someone else's sandwich, and then you got to fight the person whose sandwich that was. So it would be a whole thing. Or you could get clues. It'd be like an escape room, but for your food.
For food. Yeah.
And like, what if you order ice cream? Better hurry up. You're on a timer, or you're just going to open the door and there's going to be a puddle in there.
But those are the clues that you follow. Like if you want a burger, you have to start following these clues. And you get to something like, oh crap, I went the wrong way.
Right.
Ended up with this chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I don't want this. Where's my burger? Yeah.
This is way better than I was thinking. I was like, okay, so we got to get like an entree for Ving Rhames. It would be like a thick steak with like a fancy blue cheese top with a baked potato and
like an edible
toast.
Toast. Yeah, everything comes with toast. That would for
Everything
sure.
would come with
everything
toast.
has to come
Toast.
with toast.
Toast.
No, circuit board is what I was trying.
But
to
yours is way better. I was going to say, come up with like a signature cocktail for everybody. But this is way cooler. Instead of an escape room,
right.
The clues that you follow are the ones that get you to the meal that you want.
Yeah.
And maybe you go home hungry.
You might go home hungry if you don't get there in time. And you're just done.
Yeah.
Put in that Mission Impossible
Oh, you
sound
have
effect.
to.
at
Yeah.
the-
You have to light the fuse to start everything.
Right. Oh, yeah. And
Go!
they put headphones on you, and dun, dun, you have that. That should just be playing through the restaurant the whole time. We're building this. We need to.
Yeah,
do
it should happen. When you finally get your food, the server comes down from the ceiling, hanging like a spread eagle.
Right.
The first one.
The menu will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow, we did it.
That would be really good.
That would be really good.
Well, there you go. There's your Mission Impossible restaurant. It's more of a escape room. I love that. All right. Well, why don't you wrap this guy up?
Well, I will just say that we did get an email at our email address.
We did, that's true.
We got one. and it was from my mother.
It sure was. It was from Ruth.
It was from Ruth. And she said, well, I guess I should see Endgame.
Yeah. Oh, she
Good
did
job,
say we're
guys.
doing great.
Yeah, she said
we're
good
doing
job,
great.
guys. Yep, great
Thanks,
job. Whatever.
Ruth.
Thanks, Ruth. Thanks for the first email from at the Samurai Movie Jam.
Almost every time I see Ruth,
Yep.
she tells me about how she is the one that made David so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because he used to say, "This is your ear," and point
Right.
to his elbow.
Yep. She does like that story. But yeah, she's super funny.
Yeah.
That's would hope that's where I got
Yeah.
it from.
Part of the wrap up is things that we've watched, and I just want to let you know, I watched Karate Kid.
You did?
Mr. Miyagi, we did it! All right!
You watched the first one?
Yes, I did.
Not the one with Jackie Chan. You watched the
Oh,
original.
no. Yeah, I did. I did.
good.
I did.
Oh my goodness.
It was super fun.
yeah.
Yeah, it's great. The only thing is, I
Oh,
didn't
don't do it,
No.
you nostalgia wrecking bastard.
Yeah, that's
don't
fine.
you do it. Go for
He's
it.
too skinny and scrawny. I didn't
No,
believe it.
God,
And I'm all for the wax on, wax off. I
Yeah.
taught you how to defend yourself stuff, but he didn't. Besides that one little part, teach James.
God.
Come on in, James. I don't care.
Yeah, come in here and
He
watch.
didn't-
Watch. Let's listen to Brian wreck our childhood.
He
about
didn't teach
Karate
him.
Kid.
He didn't teach him the crane kick. He didn't teach him that stuff.
Yeah.
I would believe more that Elizabeth Shue could beat up that guy than Ralph Macchio.
You go to your room. Yes, you give him
James
the
is like
eye
it.
roll. That's exactly what he deserves.
She's built better for fighting than he is.
Well, dude, that's the whole point.
I get
is
it.
That he
I get it.
learned to be the Karate Kid, in that he even took his scrawniness and his little plucky can-do attitude
Yeah.
and learned the crane kick and went and kicked Johnny's ass. And that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, he was a hard worker. You
He
don't
was
see
a
that
hard
very
worker.
often anymore.
No.
And the only other thing that really bugged me is right at the end, was it Johnny is the other guy's name, right?
The main bad guy.
It's like Daniel's son wins the fight.
Yeah.
And immediately it's like Johnny's like, out of the way, out of the way. Hey,
Yeah.
you're cool now. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I didn't need that.
Now that you kicked in my butt.
Yeah.
But-
it was like overdone is the only thing I'm saying about that. If he would have just gave him a glance like, hey, respect, man.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
that would have been enough. But this was like,
I think that's what they were going for, but it was the 80s. So they were just
Yeah.
like, you're okay, LaRusso. and gave him the trophy and whatever.
give me a kiss.
But now you have to go see number 2 because it starts at the end of Karate Kid 1.
no.
So go do your homework.
I did
What
do
would
homework.
You say you did. Good job. I'm really proud of you. But what would you say if I told you that I hadn't seen Karate Kid 2? Karate Kid 2 is also great.
Yeah.
And has one of the greatest songs ever in it.
The Glory of Love.
Glory of Love, man.
I thought it was from 1. I was like, I
no.
don't even hear this song.
You're the best. That's from 1.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's awesome that you saw that. I just want to thank everybody for joining us or did you have anything else? I'm sorry, Brian.
The only thing is the next movie that we're watching.
Oh, yeah. The next movie that we are watching is going to be brought to you by Brian because I'm not even sure what it is. Ballerina?
Ballerina.
All right. We're going to go see Ballerina.
Which we saw the preview today
Yep. We
at
saw
the
a
movies.
trailer for it and I'm psyched.
John Wick walked right out. I did not think he was going to be in the movie.
Yeah. I bet you that changed. I bet you that was something like we're making Ballerina. And they were like, John Wick's got to be in this a little.
It could be because they just announced too that John Wick 5 is coming out.
Yes, I did hear that.
So maybe that's why is like
I
to
don't know.
keep the hype going for
I
John
was
Wick as well.
happy to see him.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I wanna see what
It's going to
happens.
be like a 2-minute thing. It's not going to be anything. It's my guess.
Yeah,
but,
it'll be
we'll see.
it'll be a very short scene.
But that's Ballerina. We're
Yep.
going to go check that out when it comes
That'll
out.
be the next one here. So, yeah, again, thanks for checking out the Samurai Movie Jam here. Can't wait to see you on the next one.
Yeah, and there's tons of spoilers for this one. I'm excited to
Yep.
talk about the spoiler stuff because I don't want to spoil stunts. I don't want to spoil characters. I don't want to spoil
Nope.
people
Right.
that you stick around and don't. I just can't wait to get into the spoiler version of
Yeah,
this.
come over to the Patreon and check out the spoiler version of this. Come get your extra jam over there and check out all the other awesome stuff we have on Patreon for Bad Movies Rule. Again, thank you, Bad Movies Rule, for having us on this thing. Yeah, we will see you on the next one.
Woo-hoo. Woo.